Welcome to Business Glide. Of course, your home for the most comprehensive analysis on matters public policy, business, and economic analysis at large. I'm Richard Mwanja. Good to see you. Prof, good to see you as well.
How are you?
You're doing well?
Yes.
I am great, thanking God.
Yes.
Christmas is here with us. I'm enjoying the holidays. Are
That's
you?
good. I am. I'm going to the village now. Very soon. Soon. 2-3 days I'm in the village. I will put on kinyasa and the tracksuit until February.
February?
Yes.
Can you exist in the village past a week, Prof, though?
I'm going there for 2 months. Bila kuvaa viatu, bila kuvaa trouser, truck trouser.
Finally preparing for retirement.
Which retirement? Where are we going? We are in this town. This is in Vijana town here.
That of the way, sir.
Yes.
Well, let's bring some sense on matters to do with transport, urban transport in Kenya. And more precisely, when it comes to the matatu sector, this is a sector that, yes, indeed, it has given our boys some sense of employment for that case. But also towards our GDP, we've seen massive contribution from the sector. But of course, there's room for us to do more. But on the flip side, there is a crisis that comes even with our matatu industry in the first place. We're talking about traffic snarl-ups, sort of chaotic urban setup thanks to lawlessness from operators within the sector. But let's start with even with this traffic part of this conversation. The government is now committed to dual a number of our highways and even to just streamline some sense of our road networks in our urban centers. But do you think beefing up or rather revitalizing our urban road network is that first step towards addressing the traffic issue in our urban centers, more particularly in Nairobi City?
It's important to expand infrastructure, have wider roads, have bypasses and so on, overpasses, bypasses, underpasses. That's necessary. Train transport, rapid buses and that's important.
BRT system.
Yeah, it is important, but that alone cannot solve the problem. A problem that is a human problem cannot be solved by machines or by roads or by any infrastructure development. You start with the human being. You sort out the problem that is to do with people. Then you move to the other things that are required. So improving roads and the matatu drivers are see the same people with all the indiscipline, with all the madness on our roads. It can't help. If your aim is to sort out congestion, you first of all do what people have said. They are called low-hanging
fruits.
Pluck those ones. Then you ease the system. When the system has been eased, there's a flow of traffic. Now there's a trickle-down effect. Like I've said many times, if you pluck the low-hanging fruits and traffic begins to flow in Nairobi, the trickle-down effect, in fact, it's just more than trickle-down effect, is that business in Nairobi will blossom. You get what I'm saying? Investors will be more attracted to Nairobi. And the city will begin to breathe and to grow. You see, that growth will create revenue for the government to expand the road network. So you don't start, they are climbing a tree from up, you climb a tree from down. So, what are these low-hanging fruits?
Tell me.
Number one, you get rid of matatus from Nairobi.
Just like border borders on your last edition?
You get rid of the border borders, get rid of matatus. And I want to repeat, people like cutting a clip in a small place. Manyora is saying remove matatus, remove border. No. I am a socialist at heart. Those same people who are operating border borders and matatus should come together and be the ones to buy the new high-capacity buses. Not anybody else. Not some rich crook from France or where, the way it had been designed during the Uhuru time. No. I'm saying the matatu operators whom we must remove from Nairobi, for Nairobi to improve, to flow. Those same matatu operators, and by operators, I'm talking of matatu owners, matatu touts, matatu drivers, all those border owners, border riders, all those people together in some sharing formula to come together and be the ones to bring in the new buses to the streets. I don't want anybody to get me wrong. I know what poverty is. I know what it means to sleep hungry. I'm not like the people who I operate with. No. Me, I know what it means to be poor. I know what it means to sleep hungry. I've lived in a house, I was shocking somebody yesterday. I've lived in a house where I was paying rent 300 shillings, 600. I've slept in Kibra. So there's nothing I don't know. I have operated in slums. I'm not a stranger in Kibra if I go. I'm not a stranger in Nkuru kwa Njenga. People know me there. So I'm not saying we remove these people and throw them away. I don't want us to do the way government is doing to Makongeni people, demolishing their houses as if they are not human beings, treating human beings like they are animals in their own country. That's not what I'm saying. To demolish a person's house, this government ought to be told where a person lives is not just a building.
Sense of identity.
It's a whole system. It's a whole life. Where you live in Makongeni is just not a place, a room where you put your head. It is where your neighbors live, the people you know who know you by name. Those are the people who make you feel you are a somebody. You mean something to somebody. When you see a neighbor's kid left outside, the mother is stuck in jam, and the kid has been trained well not to go to other people's houses, but they are trembling outside. You pick that child and bring to your house and make the child warm. Yeah. Give them something to eat. Your humanity springs and you feel you are a human being. That neighbor, that's what Makongeni means to people. Where your children go to school, the people you know. A whole ecosystem of life. So when the government does that, so I'm not saying I don't want to be as cruel, as heartless, as inhuman as this government. But I'm saying we need a working Nairobi city. And therefore we have to remove border borders, matatus, but give them alternative livelihoods, beginning with them being the ones to buy those new buses. So that's where you begin. Low-hanging fruits. Bring high-capacity vehicles. Reorganize parking in Nairobi. We make Nairobi parking to become a garage.
Bring it home.
In Nairobi, if you pay parking, I don't know how much it is. 200.
You have to own a car.
200, whatever it is. You don't need to have it. You can leave your car there and go and work. So people park, then they go and work. A capital city, a city of 4 million people. Do you need even to have a brain? Do you even need to have a brain? That hii parking ni kama garage. Wewe unapata parking asubuhi kak, unalipa 200, ama unahonga askari wale wako nazunguka hapo, unaenda kwa ofisi utatoka 5 ukichukua gari yako. In a city of 4 million people. Do you need even to have a brain? You don't need to have a brain to know that's stupid. That parking ni mtu akuje apark, aingie chemist, achukue dawa, aingie gari yake aende. Mtu akuje apark for 1 hour 30 minutes, aende kwa ofisi, aone mtu, achukue gari yake aende, na wewe uje upark pale, udeliver kitu yako kwa ofisi, urudi uende, upark mahali ingine town, you deliver another thing and go away. These are the low-hanging fruits. You meter the parking, the way they used to be. They were metered. So that when you park there, you know after an hour, if you have not come back, you either add money or it will be towed away. Because it's not a garage, it's not a parking. This is something, you don't come to park like you are home. These are the low-hanging fruits. Number 2, you ensure the city is clean. There are things they're working together, they are going together. The city is clean, free from pollution, free from noise. The hawkers, the people who mess the city of Nairobi, making it dirty and therefore unattractive, must be taken care of in a humane way. so that they continue getting their livelihoods, but not in that manner. So you see, the cities begin to change. It's beginning to grow. Now, when we were using this city, when you were your age and even above, matatus were not parking in Nairobi. Buses were not parking in Nairobi. Today, a matatu comes and goes to Kencom.
Yeah.
Kabiria, Ngong Road, Kabiria, Hamsini. It was never like that. Because once you do that, you clog the city. What was happening? Bus number 23. It starts from Outer Ring. It passes town. Inapita, hakuna mahali inasimama ati ina park ama inachukua abiria. Na inajulikana na timetable, what time. So it comes to Kencom, watu wakishuka tu hivi, another 1 minute for people to, 1 minute, not more than that.
Hakuna kuseti.
Hakuna kuseti. Na inatoka. Inaenda mpaka wapi? Let me finish. Kangemi. Itatoka Kangemi tena ipite town mpaka Outer Ring. 34 inatoka airport ikichukua watu Jogoro nini, inafika Kencom hapo. People are light, people board, Otiende. From Otiende inarudi town, airport. Hakuna kupaka hapo town. These are the low hanging fruits. 42 from Kariobangi, Huruma, all the way to Ayani Kibra. 126 from Kiserian, inakifika Ngong inakuwa 111. Inafika town railways, inabadilisha inakuwa 126. Ongatarungai Kiserian, Ngong 111. They were circular.
Complete circuits.
Flowing. Now, sababu ni mzungu alifanya hiyo. Sisi wa Afrika nini mbaya na sisi? What's wrong with us? What's wrong with Africans really? Because this was a mzungu plan. And things were working. Do we really need a brain to know all these vehicles parking in town is not possible?
The city center.
Do you really need even to have a brain? So, and there are a lot more. In other words, what I'm saying, before you think of overpasses, underpasses, bypasses, dueling roads, do the basic things first. If you do the basic things first, the city will begin to flow.
Naturally.
The city will become cleaner and more attractive. Businesses will thrive. Investors will come. The city economy will grow. The country's economy will grow. People will get jobs. The government will raise more taxes. And from that, part of that money, we will not need to borrow. We will expand our roads using money that is coming from an economy that is vibrant. But you see what? All these programs you hear, drooling and what, those are meant for people to make billions.
Budgeted corruption?
Of course, they just want to make billions. They don't want to solve a problem. No. Those don't want to. They don't also. When you talk about dual carriageway, you are not talking about solving a problem. You are thinking of the billions you'll put in your pocket.
Dually Nairobi thicker.
Yeah, it's not. You see, when you're on thick highway, you encounter jam. Then you say, this Kibaki miracle, it's called the super highway.
Super highway.
Kenyans with names, super.
fast
What
of
is
its
super
kind?
about Thika Road? But let's just keep it super to please Kibaki. Someone told me, someone says he would never talk to me because I said Kibaki was a bad president. He said, I would never talk to Manyora. He sent Kisia to tell me Manyora no. Now, when you are on Thika Road, let's call it super highway because that's what they want. And you are on jam stuck for 30 minutes or 1 hour, and you are going to Nyeri, you are in a hurry. Then you get to the cause of the jam. You get to the cause of?
The jam.
You find it was the bumps.
Not an accident.
No, bumps. What are bumps? Bumps are an admission of failure.
Control speed limits.
Yes. You are admitting you can't control. You don't have a system of checks. You can't control drivers. Because in other places where these vehicles come from, they know unless you control, there will be madness on the roads. So you put speed limits and you enforce the speed limits. If it's a place of 50, you are caught. The fine you pay, you never repeat the mistake again. And nobody will ever do it, those who know you. After 6 months, no Kenyan will ever break the traffic laws. You don't put bumps. The bumps are an admission of failure. You spoil people's vehicles. You create unnecessary jams. The impact of those jams are the accidents ahead. Unaona, ninawaambia nyinyi wa Afrika, ujinga hii mtawacha. When you slow people down using those bumps, they must compensate.
Maimahio.
They now must do what?
Compensate.
They now do 140.
To cover for lost time.
Because mtu amechelewa mahali. Umemharibia time zake na hizo bumps. Sasa anataka kucompensate. Anaua watu huko mbele. These are the low-hanging fruits. These are the things we need to do before we even talk of those superhighways. Before we talk of dwelling.
BRT system.
No, let's just start doing the simple things we need to do to enforce the traffic code. Speed limits included, and not bumps. When you're on thick highway, or some of these roads, where there's a barrier between the two sides, the left side and you can't cross over.
Yeah, like in Salga.
Yes, you cannot cross the other side. If there is a problem there, and then there's a traffic jam, you can be there for 3 hours. Does it take thinking for those who are constructing the roads, and even now we can do? You open periodic
gaps.
You open, but lock. Open, but lock. I don't know what English I would use. It is a place if you remove the lock, if you open, vehicle can be eased through the other side, led by the police. As you remove this trailer that is stuck across the road.
Yeah.
So, places where you can let off jam from the other, the left side of the road, it can be opened, and traffic enter the other side, which is the wrong side, but to ease the traffic.
True.
Do we really need to have brains to do such as? So what I'm trying to say is, and I get very annoyed sometimes, because it is really bad. We are suffering in this country because we have sent our brains on leave.
I hope Ken Hakura are watching this edition, and I truly hope that you tap into the wisdom regarding how better we can revitalize our urban transport in this country. Time now for our fan of the week. It is none other than Advocate of the High Court of Kenya, Derek Kigodho.
Who?
Derek Kigodho.
Derek Kigodho from? Sorry, I was
Advocate of the High Court of Kenya.
Advocate of the High Court of Kenya. Wakili wa mahakama kuu ya Kenya.
Yeah.
Asante sana kuwa mwana familia hii.
The very same profession, you've reduced it to nothing but basic English, just English.
You see, law is just English and common sense.
That's the rider, common sense.
Yes.
All right, good to have you on board every other day on Business Glide. How about I leave you now with the African proverb of the day?